From the Woodshed, a candid conversation with Chase Morrill and Ryan Eldridge from Kennebec Cabin Company, home of the Maine Cabin Masters. Brought to you by Nelma, safeguarding our lumber resources since 1933. See the stamp, trust the quality. Now, from the Woodshed studio at KCC headquarters in Manchester, Maine, it's Chase and Ryan.
From the Woodshed, I'm Chase Morrill. With me, as always, Ryan Eldridge.
Hey, guys.
And today we have a special guest producer. Fletcher Morrill is with us.
Hello.
Hello.
I asked if he watched any episodes so to see what he was doing. He said no. You ever seen any of them?
No.
That's all right. You'll pick up pretty quick. Maggie is at a horse show, so Fletcher's filling in for her.
Nice.
But we're here to talk about all things Maine, all things cabins, and all things Maine Cabin Masters.
All the good stuff.
And today we have a Maine Cabin Master staple, Jeff Myers from Great Northern Docks. He's here to talk about docks and all the projects he's done all over the state. We work with Great Northern a lot, so we're excited to have him.
They're the official dock supplier of the Maine Cabin Masters.
That's right.
And they've been doing some really, really cool stuff, building bridges over like protected lands and marshes and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
It's just a great product, and it's way better than those old pressure-treated
Oh, way lighter.
behemoths. Yeah.
If you're having access problems at your camp, these are the guys to call.
Yeah.
They can solve any problem.
Yeah, so we'll get talking to him later. And we want to thank our sponsors, Nelma.org, EasternWhitePine.org, SprucePineFur.org. Nelma's a huge part of this, and we thank them. And also Hero Media Arts.
Yeah, check out Hero Media Arts where everyone's a hero. There's great videos about everyday people, craftsmen, and really cool maintenance, so check it out.
Yeah, and we thank everybody who tuning in, listening. You can find us at KennebecCabinCompany.com, our YouTube channel, Instagram feed, Facebook, you name it. Keep the comments coming. Keep the questions coming. Thank you for everything, for listening, tuning in.
And keep coming in if it gets cold. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the store is open. The Woodshed is open.
Beer will flow until it freezes.
We've got some heaters outside. So
We got plans.
Dress appropriately.
Yeah, that last week scared me.
Yeah.
I was like, we've only been open 3 weeks. I wanted to go longer. We're having so much fun. And then I thought we were done.
I mean, we had some serious frosts in the morning last week.
I had some serious frost.
It was scary.
I wish.
And now it's sunny and 70.
You're ready for winter?
Yeah.
We'll be skiing before we know it.
Yeah.
Can we have a couple more weeks of fall? Do you mind?
No.
Okay.
Just like Maggie.
I thought we were going to get something like this a little bit more.
Yeah. But no.
Oh, look, he's got the eyes too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
The leaves out by our house are in like peak foliage right now.
They're popping.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the same thing, but I read a report in the state of Maine yesterday. It said up north isn't even peak yet.
I mean, the trees are just so bright right now at our place. I can't imagine it getting any brighter.
When I was driving in from your house just a minute ago, there's a couple of trees that were like bright orange on 202. I always want to remember, like, is it that color? I want to like remember the tree, like say, is that tree orange every year? Is that maple red every year?
Right.
Because you never remember it.
No, never.
Remember what tree used to change the first out of all of them?
Yeah, it was the one right
By Hippler's
Yeah,
garage.
the end of Granite Hill Road.
That was the first tree to always change.
Like by a couple weeks at least.
And what's funny is, I mean, I thought that we've all thought it, but it's been brought up in conversation more than once.
Yeah. And they cut it down this summer or early spring.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I noticed that this tree in front of the headquarters, this maple right here.
The dead one has been red all year.
No, the maple, now this is like one of the first ones to turn.
Oh, is it? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Maybe it's just working its way down the line.
Is it dead?
No,
The
just changing
pine
colors.
tree's dead.
Pine trees are dead. They'll have to come down at some point. Well, that's
Yeah.
all right.
More parking.
Yep, so Maggie, Eva, Sarah are up to the horse show today. The final state meet. A weekend-long event.
They're staying right up there.
Staying right up there.
They got the van.
Yeah. And Fletcher's started soccer.
Nice. What
No,
team?
tomorrow.
Right. Well,
What team you on? You practice yet?
No.
tomorrow's their first game.
You go right in the game without practicing?
We're playing with my sister Eva and their friends. And they ruled last year and my team sucked.
Oh, they didn't. Well, maybe you should practice.
It's 4-5-6 co-ed. So it's a little different this year. But at least they're getting to play some soccer games.
You're starting to get bigger than those girls. I think you're going to take over here pretty soon.
I mean, yeah. And I have boots on.
Well, maybe you should take the boots off. You'd be faster.
Do you own cleats?
Do you own anything besides those hiking boots and those Carhartt pants?
I own Crocs.
Crocs. Yeah, like father, like son.
And zip-off pants.
Yeah. Oh, you zip off from. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout-out to Sarah, my wife. Today's her birthday, so...
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mom.
birthday. She's spending it in the A-liner up to the Skowhegan State Fairgrounds.
How old is she?
She is...
39 and holding?
Yeah.
I remembered I shouldn't have asked that. Anyways, I recovered for us.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, cool. We got to try to go up Sunday.
Dad.
Nice. Perfect.
Oh, look, the producer's on time.
I know, he's
Thumbs
right
up.
on it. Cool. So, yeah, we'll be right back with Jeff Myers from Great Northern Docks.
Nice.
They're really video portraits, sort of non-commercial commercials. We are Hero Media Arts with a small h, celebrating the heroic nature of everyday life. The passion for what you do, pride in your work. That's what cuts through the clutter of today's social media.
It's not only about the product, it's about connecting with the person behind the product.
It's like a video version of the About Us page on your website.
We find you interesting and care about what you do. Let us tell your story.
And we are back with Jeff Myers from Great Northern Docks. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
Nice
thanks
to see
for
ya.
coming down.
Oh, no problem.
How long of a ride is it for you?
It's about an hour and 20 minutes.
It's not too bad.
So Great Northern Docks is located over in Naples? Or
Naples.
Naples.
Yeah, we're right in Naples on Route 302.
Yep. And that's where you've always been?
Been there for going on 42 years now in the same
Wow.
location.
Wow.
Been,
Okay.
We manufacture the docks and parts right there and have been all along.
Yeah. Nice. So before we get started, water, coffee, or beer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Whatever you guys are having.
Beer.
Beer.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm...
What do you got in there?
Oktoberfest?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Opener if you need it.
Oh, wait, I bought my new money clip. Has an opener in it.
Here's a pint glass. Fletcher, you want a water?
Oh, I'll take that opener. Doesn't work with money in it.
Jeff,
Glasses.
you could pass
Yeah.
that down to
Glass is your
Fletcher.
parting gift. So you guys have been right out straight, huh? Busy, busy, busy.
Swamped.
I'll have an Oktoberfest. What's that other one?
Fries leaf? Or
I'll
we
take,
have
a
fries
fries,
leaf?
I'll take a fries leaf.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's from your town, right? Near you?
That is, yeah.
Great.
All right. Get that all sorted out. So, pass me that opener.
Bottle beer, we don't know what to do. So how long have we been working together? Is it 3 seasons now? Was it season 3? End of season
Yeah,
2?
this is our 3rd season. Yeah, we started in 3, and we just did some for 5. Season 5.
It all started up to Rangeley, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Santa's cabin.
Yes.
Yeah, the producers called Friday afternoon around 3 o'clock and said, we're going to be filming Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I had to look around the yard and see if we had any docks, and took somebody's order. The shop was fantastic. They remade it for the customer. We just threw stuff on a trailer and came up and put it together. It worked out well. We've seen Mr. Dodge in this year already, actually. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Nice.
it's great.
It worked out unbelievable.
I mean, yeah, you guys showed up, and it was an army of you. You had everything backed right in, just right down into that water. We didn't know what to expect, and
About 10 minutes into it, like, oh, we love these guys.
Yeah.
Already. They're just like us. All hooting and hollering, jumping in the water, having a good old time. I think it was Jesse that came out of the water like Rambo.
Oh, yeah, Jesse or Justin.
Justin, yeah.
They do the installs for us. They do a great job. We didn't know what to expect either. We were like, geez, I hope we got everything. It's a long trip from Naples to Rangeley, so it worked out well.
yeah.
And that made it on that's on our intro, so it's on every episode. Pretty awesome. Well, that's cranking a beer on the end, so it worked out pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I like watching that.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and so you said Great Northern's been around for 42
Yeah, we're starting
years.
our 42nd year. Yep.
You guys have quite a story, though. You didn't start out as a dog company.
No, it was a hardware company, Merriam's Hardware. The Merriam family owns it, 2nd generation now, and it was a hardware store, and Fremont was making some parts for his dock, and then from what I understand, people would line up out back on weekends and, can you make some parts for me, make parts for me, and then eventually it's been docks all along, and it's been a great venture.
Found that niche.
And
Yeah.
it started out as pressure-treated docks, or...
Yeah, old pressure-treated docks with galvanized hardware, which makes it really light.
And so those were the pieces that started out fabricating, was just a little like the galvanized corners and
Yeah, all that stuff to put it together with. And, we've evolved. We still use some galvanized hardware because some places are rough. You need it. But we've gone to a lot of aluminum. But that foundation from what he created has continued on. And a lot of people try to replicate it.
Yeah.
And don't do it the same as us, that's for sure.
Well, you guys make you are our dog supplier, but I really truly, firmly believe that you guys are the best around. Like, just the ease of putting your stairs in and everything, it's just unbelievable. You sent us with a crate of stuff in the middle of nowhere, and we put it together without instructions.
Yeah.
And homeowners can do it. Like, it really is user-friendly, and it's top quality.
It is, yeah. Yeah, no, we try to make everything rugged but also useful and handy. So the homeowner can do it, or they can have someone do it themselves. But most of the time, everybody can put it together themselves. It works out really well. And we ship them all over the country. So,
Do you really?
yeah. Yeah, we've got some stairs right now that are being done for a military base in Hawaii. We're going to be sending them over
Really?
to. It's a long ways off.
Hard to
but
ship if any further than the U.S.
It's crazy.
You get to go consult.
No, unfortunately, we're not, but that would be awesome. No, it's we got spec'd into it, and there's some things that we can do others can't, but that's a faraway job. We've done some in the Caribbean, but we do a lot of this year with the virus. We've done a lot around the country. People are really working at home because they can't do anything else. So
Yep.
we've shipped stuff all over. So it's
Now,
been
do you
great.
do more freshwater versus saltwater?
More freshwater. We do some tidal
Yep.
stuff, but most of ours are lakes and ponds. That's what our docks are meant for. But they're rugged enough where we can do tidal, but it takes a particular set for that. And, where we're so far inland, getting to the coast, usually we have to go to the site, and that takes a lot of time. And people have been doing that for a long time. But we can do it, and we've done some nice tidal jobs.
Yeah.
You guys have built a whole other business like bridges and just accessing wet areas and marshlands and
Yeah, we do a lot of bridges. We did the Orono Boardwalk, which is 1.5 miles. That was phased in over 4 or 5 years. That's completed now, but we've done some. Jesse's putting in a boardwalk today for the city of Saco. We've got the town of Poland did some bridges, and the bridges are modular, so you don't have to have equipment. You're not damaging the land, which is what a lot of people like. So you can put these in and access nature, but you don't destroy it while you're doing it.
Yeah. How long did you say that boardwalk was?
That's 1.5 miles.
Holy smokes.
10-foot sections.
I think they were all 10-foot sections. They're all aluminum.
A lot of sections.
They're all aluminum powder coated. There's some. It's ADA compliant.
Yep.
As well, and there's some bird stations. It's closed this year because of the virus right now.
Right.
But people walk on that all the time, and
That's awesome.
it's great. It gets people out in nature, and we're happy to do it and conserve the land.
Is that a permanent installation?
That is a permanent installation.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And you also do different types of decking.
We
Right?
do. Most of what we do is composites these days. Some people still want the natural wood, but most people don't want to do the staining and maintenance. They want to enjoy the property. But but we do. We do a couple solid composites, and then we also do the perforated, which is usually what we use on the nature trails because the sunlight can go through it, and it's approved. Because it has a certain amount of sunlight that can go through it. And the rain goes through it and it washes itself.
Yeah.
So it's slip resistant. So that's a very common one we use. And most of the time it's spec'd and has to be for nature trails.
Oh, interesting.
Because that sunlight piece to get to the plants and vegetation.
Never thought of that.
I didn't either. But
Yeah.
they're both composite-based
Composite
products.
base, so nothing to do with them,
Yeah.
And you do some aluminum frames with cedar.
Yeah, we do. We do a good amount of that, but most people don't want to. Once you start talking about maintenance every year, they're like, I do enough around the camp without having to maintain that. But the composites we have look like cedar, but you don't have to do anything with it, so it works out really well.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, most of them have a 50-year or a lifetime warranty we use, so don't have to worry about it. It doesn't change. Looks year after year and can stay outside. It's great.
And do you guys do any pressure treated anymore?
We do. We make a fair amount of pressure treated framed docks too. We've done quite a few this year. We're always We've got a bunch of orders yesterday for some that'll be built over the winter for next spring.
Really?
So, some places it's rough and it has to be heavy.
Yep.
Some places on Sebago Lake can't even take an aluminum frame. It's just too rough.
Yeah.
And then you get some people, they just want the wood, and
Yep.
we'll build it.
Sure.
We guys out back can build anything.
Where was it? Was the Ballard camp right down in Maranacook. where you put in a new dock for us, and pulling out the old one, you saw that it was pressure treated and it still had the Great Northern Dock stamp
Yeah,
on
it had the burning stamp, which I think that broke years ago, but we'd burn that in all of them, because if you don't, we have the sticker that goes on the aluminum, but the wood,
Right.
it's just a 2x6. Anybody could have done that, so
We've
we
seen-
burned them.
We've seen some old Great Northern docks around. Up in, was it Rangeley? We saw some up there.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys have been around for a long time.
Long time. We have a dealer in Rangeley, and he was one of the first ones, so I'm sure he still gets parts and makes a lot of wood docks up there. It's pretty rough water up there.
And speaking of parts, your owner you guys are published, right? The owner's published a
Yeah.
book about how to build docks.
He did, yeah. Sam did a book on that, and that's gone out, and it's at bookstores, and I think you can get it on Amazon. That's gone all over, and occasionally we'll get people who will call and want to ask and pick his brain about, I just read the book, I want to talk with him. He's pretty busy today, but
That's why he wrote the book. That's why he wrote the book.
Right. Yeah, we're hoping to have we have a copy. We're hoping to get a few more copies and have a library.
yeah.
We're going to put it in the old two-seater
our
outhouse as our new literary
Nice.
section.
Nice. We can
Yeah.
help with that.
So Ash and I were lucky enough to tour the factory a couple of years ago, and it was we were very impressed. It was really state of the art.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Just a few of the things that you guys did that really showed how much you care about your employees. Like you were telling me about how you spent the investment to put AC in it, and
Yeah.
and
yeah.
you guys did tests or ran the numbers on productivity, and it was a lot of money up front, but it totally paid for itself.
It did, yeah. No, the AC, everybody works better. It can get really hot out there, and the only shop that doesn't is the wood shop. Feel bad for Ross and Walt out there. There's no AC. It's a big building, but the rest of the shops have that, and we actually just put in a new air purifying system too, because of the virus
Yeah.
and things, and that really helps out a lot. But we the owners put a lot of care into the employees, and therefore we put a lot of care into the product, and it shows.
Yeah,
If
it
you're
goes right down the hill, right down production
happy
line.
work means happy day.
Yeah,
So
true. And were you down for long during the virus?
we never closed. We just had to adapt.
Yep.
We haven't let anybody in the showroom this year. We had a builder who built a wooden door type thing. We could put in our garage door.
Oh, gotcha.
With plexiglass, so we can have people do that. And we did curbside orders, and we always have outside displays. And normally we talk to people, but everything was done outside.
Yep.
Masks and
Yep.
everything. But we haven't changed anything. It's still been a great year. No fairs are going to be a little different.
Right,
But,
right.
so we're going to have to do a little different marketing. It's a different things. But we've got a tent beside the building, so we'll kind of have our fair there.
Because you're usually at the Freiburg Fair for what, 10 days, was it? Or something?
10 days I was in Boston. The Freiburg Fair,
Okay.
I take the camper. I'm there for 7 or 8 days. It's some long days. In the morning, I'm walking over pretty good. On the way back, I'm like,
On tar. And,
Yeah, and we joined you at one of the boat shows this past winter.
Yeah, you came to the
Portland.
Portland boat show, the last one we did before the virus shut us down. It was great.
Yeah.
And we
it
had
was
a good
right
time.
before it.
Right before it.
Because we were supposed to fly to Michigan.
Oh, that's right.
Like 2
that's
days
right.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It was a good show. It was good
Seems
to
like,
have you.
seems like years ago.
It does.
So back to your shop, I kept picturing that computerized welding arm you had.
Oh yeah, the
Can you
robot.
That
Yeah.
thing was so badass. And
Yeah, the robot. We make a lot of different parts that are in the thousands or hundreds, and that, one guy welding that gets boring. So this robot gets programmed. It makes the ladders and does a lot of parts that are over and over, and it works really well. If you had one guy doing that, they'd be losing their mind. So
The robot does the welding?
oh yeah,
yeah, it does the welding. Yeah, it's programmed.
one like you see on TV.
Yeah, we have a guy, Rich, who programs it for each thing. You set it up, get it going, and you just have to put the parts on. It'll weld it, spins itself around, welds it, and done. And
Holy smokes.
it's very efficient. It doesn't take any breaks, doesn't need to eat. It's good.
Doesn't smoke
Yeah.
or drink
Yeah.
or get hungover. Just another example of cool Maine businesses that are way ahead of their game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's
Awesome. Oh,
great.
speaking of that, I was pulling into mainly handrails the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, I wonder if those guys ever hooked up. And I saw a bunch of stuff getting ready to get powder coated. So it was pretty neat to see two of our favorite brands.
Oh, no
go together.
kidding.
Yeah. No, where they just powder coated a bridge for
Yep.
us that's going to be going to Westbrook on the Presumpscot Trail.
Nice.
So it just came back, and we're going to be sending a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
they do
there.
great work as well.
Yeah, they do.
Very nice. And we have a great stage/dock set up down in the Woodshed.
That has been a huge hit.
It really, it's just, elevates the musicians. Nice big banner right behind it.
Yeah, it worked out well.
If you haven't been here, so the stage was donated by Great Northern Docks, and it's actually a display too. And it has a killer banner of, I think they must be on Sebago or something, or.
I'm trying to think where that is. I can't remember where we took that.
Anyways,
We get so many over the years.
It's a beautiful dock with like a nice wakeboard boat, and then there's Slash with his guitar on it.
That's somebody dressed up like Slash.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's awesome, though. I tell them it's Slash. Don't tell me. But it says great music by great people on Great Northern Docks.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I want to do a quick shout out to my sales staff. They're covering while I'm gone for
Yes.
Kathy, Cheryl, and Lindsay are doing a great job while I'm up here.
Nice.
They're probably selling docks while I'm here doing this, which is great. They're a great team, and everybody in the company is great. People that make it out back to the sales, it all works well.
How many people work for the company?
We have 20 people front to back,
Wow.
year round. We didn't have anybody go during the virus. We just had to adapt and do different things. So.
And Sam was second generation.
Yeah, he's the second generation. His father started the company.
Sam's the current owner, yeah.
Sam's the owner. His brother Steve's our engineer, and then his other brother Seth does the graphic design and the website. So it's everybody's hands on. So it works out well.
Nice.
And another cool thing that Sam does, he does the hand drawing local maps, and donates it all to charity. So
He does. Yeah, we do those all over, and he's very, very artistic. So he does those, and we donate that to the food pantry. Some of the stores we put them at, they will donate it, and then they'll match.
yeah, where are those available? Online on your website or?
I don't know if they're on the website. They're at local general
local gen-
stores by the ponds, and we'll be getting a list of them. And he's looking to do more of a time this year. We've been so
Yeah, he's
busy.
reached out to us. We're going to get him to do a couple around here when he gets time this winter.
Yeah. Oh, he loves doing that. It's great to give that back to the community. So
Nice. So where can somebody find your product? I mean, you've got the showroom
Yeah.
in Naples,
yep, we got the showroom in Naples. You can go to greatnortherndocks.com.
but you have other dealers across the state,
We
right?
do have some dealers across, and I have dealers in New England.
Oh, okay.
So we have as far as Connecticut. We have dealers, and we're always looking for more. I talked to somebody from Alabama yesterday and somebody from Pennsylvania. So we're always looking to get more of our product out there. Shipping is expensive to other parts of the country. We get calls
Sure.
all over, but I'd like to have some dealers out there all over, and contractors. We work with a lot of contractors in the state that do the installs, and they'll bring us people. Hey, they need a dock. We'll help them out. So
Yeah.
always looking for more people to partner with.
How do you guys get the bids for, like, say, Hawaii? Is that like a go out to a bid, and you guys have people that research those, or?
We usually get emails on it. We've been doing it a long time, so we'll get spec'd in, and then it will go to bid. Sometimes you can look at the packet and clearly see right off the bat, ooh, this isn't for us. But
Yeah. Yep.
many times it's something we can do, and then you got to. They're usually very thick, though. Usually Steve reads those. Some of them are 20 to 100 pages, and I look through the first page and I'm like, okay,
Steve.
yeah, I got something here. They're long, and they're written by engineers, so they're long, a lot of words, and everything has to be just right. When they put that out, it has to be made exactly how they want. So you got to make sure you're right in doing it. So, but we do quite a few of them.
Nice. And you must get some crazy requests from people. Just
Oh, we do. We get them all the time. We have a lot of people that don't want to get in the water. How can I put the dock in without getting in the water? It's kind of tricky. Or people. A lot of questions we get. Can I leave it in the winter? And that, you really can't. I mean, Mother Nature.
Yeah.
The ice. I've seen galvanized pipes just bent right over. But we get a lot of weird things
and
sometimes.
it's not legal in the state of Maine. Is that
Correct. Shoreline zoning and most towns, they only issue temporary seasonal permits, which means it can only be in for about 6 months, and it has to come out. Doesn't matter. Many people leave them in, and hey, that's fine. When we sell the dock, that's doesn't matter to us. But if you get a permanent one, you can, but you got to go through a lot of
sure?
a lot of stuff to get that.
I was really impressed by a recent project you guys I saw on Instagram where you guys had literally anchored into the side of a cliff way down east.
Oh, the stairs?
Yeah,
Is that
you guys did a stair
Yeah,
system.
that was, I believe, up in Peru. It was quite a thing up there. It's a beautiful
It was
spot.
unbelievable, the pictures.
Beautiful spot, and the installer, Jesse, that did that, he had to rappel down to start doing that down that cliff.
Wow.
That was the only way they could start it. The old stairs had dissipated, weren't good anymore to a certain point, so they rappelled to start that. And they were able to get that whole thing done in a day.
Wow.
And so that was the same style of stair that we've used in the past.
Yeah, that's the modular stair, so it bolts together, so it's it can ship easily.
Yeah.
Bigger stairs, You can't ship
Right.
those. And if something happens with the soil, you can add on. You can add or subtract.
So there aren't limits to how long of a run you could go with.
No, you can go as long as you
Really?
want.
Infinite.
Yep, and you can add platforms, and we have a lot of people on the ocean where the waves will wash away or bring it back.
Sure.
People add or subtract and make it right. It makes it very easy. Just unbolt, put one in, or take it out. It works out great.
Yeah, you want a handrail, you bolt one onto the side and
Yeah.
change direction, come to a platform.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Makes
cool.
it a safe way to get down. And this year, a lot of people wanted to access their water. Some people,
Yeah.
even that camp in Rangeley, I guess they had never been in the water because of those rocks up there.
Oh, I
the
believe it. It
Dodges.
wasn't.
Yeah, that was not easy access.
And they were so happy that they could get in. And that's what it's all about. It's making memories and helping people.
And safely with a handrail.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
big thing.
safe is good. I've seen some things. Ooh, you can get there, but ooh.
Some of those old pressure-treated dock systems we see, where it's this hand crank wrapped around a pine tree and, this
Trying to haul it out of the
monster
water.
2x12 soaked thing, and, it's just dangling there. It's like, oh,
Seems good. Yeah, seems like it'll last.
On our lake, a big problem was people would go and just bring their docks to this cove on an island no one owned, or it was in a trust, and leave their docks there and let them rot because it was so heavy, and like
Yeah.
that used to be a big problem back in the day.
Yeah, they're good to haul off. We
Yeah.
haul off and get rid of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
some are dangerous. The ones that cantilever up in Maine, they don't allow that. New Hampshire, it's all over. But if you cantilever it up, it
yeah, it's
liability in the winter
Yeah,
or any time.
absolutely.
That comes
Anytime.
down. Whew, you want to make sure you get that up there
Right.
pretty good.
yeah. And then you do floating docks, you do floats.
We do swim rafts, floats. 95% of our business is stationary because a floating dock's usually over 10 feet of
Gotcha.
water depth. 10 feet and below with our system and our bracing, it's solids of rock. But, there are places you got to do floating docks, and we do a great job with those and very stable. And we also have a line of modular plastic docks that are in 2x2 squares that they go together and bolt together. So those go on pallets, and we ship those all over the country. So
We
those
did a
are-
floating dock at Millie's. Millie, no. What's it? Yeah, Millie.
Yeah, that
Millie
was-
dock,
yeah.
Millie's. Yeah, that was a floating because it was really deep right there. Yep, so it had to be floating. There was no way. That worked out well.
You guys like to take the time to send someone out and really get to know the lay of the land, unless it's a cookie cutter job.
Yeah.
You guys really, you come up, you put the time in, and you
Yeah.
do the prep work to get it perfect.
You really got to. You got to make sure because you want this to last for a long time, and you don't want to send it with the installer and that doesn't work. That's never good. The homeowner's watching. So we like to know. Sam usually goes out with a canoe and measures the depth of the water, looks for rocks, makes sure it's going to work, and once you do that, then it's much easier to build it. Once you've done it, it's going to work correctly for a long time. Yep.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's a great product, and I think Fletcher has a few questions lined up for
Okay.
you.
All right.
Here he goes. First questions.
Which was the most complicated residential install you've ever done, and why was it complicated? Size, location, maybe intended usage. This was asked by Dave Liskey.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, Dave, that's
a
tricky.
good
We
question.
as a company, we don't do any installs at all. We just manufacture. But some of the most complicated jobs are probably the wetland boardwalks and things we do. The installers do a great job with it, but designing and manufacturing it, the bridges and all those are probably the most complicated. The docks, rectangles, we do hundreds of those, so that's no problem. But some of the ones are tricky. You got to go around trees. The wedge pieces for those have to be measured just right because obviously towns that put these in, nobody can get hurt. So you got to make sure it's perfect. So I'd say those are probably the most challenging, but the most fun. The guys in the shop love building different
They
things.
like to be challenged.
They do, and they do a great job with it.
And I think the innovation is there too. You've done some dock installs, with the bench, with the cup holders,
Kayak
where you're sitting
launches.
right out
Oh, yeah.
over the water.
Oh yeah,
Solar lights, kayak launches. I mean, it's pretty.
It's all about enjoying your time there,
It is, people spend a lot of time on the dock, so the more accessories they have, they can spend that time out there with the family and make memories. And in the benches we make, it doesn't take up a lot of room. You don't want to take up all that room on the
No,
dock.
it sits
You
on the
wanna use
outside
it.
of the dock, really.
And
Right.
It's rugged, but all those accessories make for a great dock and many more memories for the people. Yep.
Like at the Undertakers, the kayak because hauling kayaks in and out, I mean, that's a lot of work.
Oh, the kayak slide. We did
The
that on
kayak
the
slide.
island.
Yeah.
That really changed everything. They loved kayaking, but they stopped kayaking so much because
And they didn't
of
have
access.
they didn't have space on the dock to leave their kayaks.
Right.
They didn't have the shoreline just to drag them up on the shore. So
Yeah.
being able to easily get them up on solid ground.
That was quite a hill. Yeah, we've done a couple of those for some kids camps too, where it was like very
Straight up.
steep. I think it was like a 20-step stair, so they had a long hike, but much easier to drag that up than carry it. That's
Right.
for sure.
Absolutely. All right.
Second question was Tina Stella. Do your docks work mainly for ponds, various rivers, tidal rivers? We live on Tidal River in Oregon and wondering if there is a brother company here similar to yours.
Well, in Oregon, yeah, that's a ways off. I wish I did have someone out there. We do ship there, and I've done
Road trip.
some, but get the van and head out.
let's go.
Yeah, no, we do a lot of tidal and brackish waters. It's very easy to do. It depends on how the river, if it fluctuates from the ocean or whatnot. But we do many, especially in the Saco River around here, Brazumscut. So we can do that. I wish I had somebody closer out there. We're always looking. If you've got some land out there, Tina, let us know what we can do.
Do you have
New
to,
Korea.
Do you have to treat the docks differently for saltwater versus freshwater for corrosion?
Yeah, it's all marine grade aluminum.
Okay.
So it works for fresh and salt. Yeah, usually just with a tidal job, usually it's a lot longer ramp depending upon the tide.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the only tricky part. You got to make sure it's correct, otherwise,
Yeah.
can't get to the dock.
Is there a difference between a ramp and a gangway, or kind of this?
They're really the same. That word is interchangeable. A ramp is usually shorter. A gangway is usually very long. And we don't do many gangways because it'll take the whole shop. Most gangways are 30, 40, 50 feet.
Yeah.
We've done some 30-foot ones pretty easily, but once they start, it can take up the whole shop, and then you can't build anything
Slows
else.
down production.
Yeah, it does, for sure. Yeah.
And wintertime is your busy time for production?
Production, yeah, the guys are already making parts for next season. We do have a lot of dock orders in now already, and we do a lot of deliveries this fall. A lot of people want them on the property, so they're there first thing in the spring.
Oh, interesting.
They don't want to wait. So many people will buy it now, and we'll deliver it this fall and stack it, and it's ready to go. That way their installer can grab it and put it right in.
Yeah.
That's like getting a new bike at Christmas in Maine.
Yeah, that
you
would
just
be
sit there and stare at it all year. You can't
really hard.
Can't use it. It's like, oh.
A lot of the folks go back to
Go out of
down
state.
south. So they just get to look at. A lot of people have cameras. They'll just look at it and go from there.
And it's true. I mean, then you have it. You're ready to go.
Yeah, we
Ice
get
out.
in the spring. We're bombarded. We have a lot. Memorial Day is the big push. Everybody wants it in. So
Yep.
you got 300 people that want it that month. The installers get they pull their hair out. There's no way to do it. So if you deliver it now, at least it's there. It's much faster.
Yeah.
So we try to do that a lot in the fall. Get them there right up till snow.
Nice.
Ready to go.
Next question, Marlon Galb. Jeff, are most of the docks permanent, or can some stay out in the water to store?
The docks, if you're in a place where the water doesn't freeze, our Duralite aluminum frame can stay right in. It can be permanent, and if the code allows. But anywhere where it freezes, wood dock, aluminum, no matter what you get, you really should take it out. It's not a question of, if. It's usually when Mother Nature is going to turn. And it's not so much the freezing, but it's when the ice starts to move.
Yes.
It will break stuff, and it won't even matter what you've got there. So it's best to take it. It's a solid investment. It's best to take it out and put it on the shore, for sure.
And what about anchoring it to, when docks are being installed, do you have to consider anchoring one end, like how well it's set on the shore, or is it freestanding enough?
Stationary docks, you drive the pipes in. That way, when you tie the boat up to it, it doesn't move. So those are driven in good, and then usually it's a ramp from the shore. Floating docks, you depends on where it is and what's going on. Usually you have anchors and crisscross chains, and then it's anchored at the shore as well. If it's a real rough place, some places on Sebago, they have 5, 6 concrete anchors and chain, and it can be an animal over there.
Really?
Moosehead is even rougher than Sebago, and usually up there you got to build something out of telephone poles.
Oh yeah, with rocks behind it.
Yeah, I mean it just every waterfront is different, so every dock we do is unique to that particular waterfront. But we've got one for pretty much everybody.
Nice.
SB Watt, what are the most funnest docks that you have for installing?
The funnest docks, Well, a lot of the ones around our area are pretty fun because you get to go out and see the customers.
Yeah.
I live in Sebago, so I get to see a lot of these. So, many of the customers will invite you down to the dock. We do take pictures. We use them for the catalog. So the customers that invite you on the dock and, maybe they have a beverage or whatever.
People like to drink on the docks. Let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
People drink beer on docks in Maine.
So it's fun. You get to see the people, and it's not just a sale. You get to be like a friend to them. You help them, and they really like that. You see them at the grocery store or other places. It's not just a one-time transaction. You get to see these folks, and it makes it it's really fun. Yeah.
Are there limitations to the size of docks you can? Is it besides structural? Are there code limitations, that type of stuff that you have to worry about, or is it something?
We inform the customer. Every town has a different code. There is shoreline zoning for the state of Maine, which is nothing more than 6 foot wide, but every town can choose to adopt it or not. Most towns do, and some have limitations how far out they want it, so it's not in the lane of travel. Many have it. You can, if you have a certain amount of frontage you own, you can have this amount of square foot of dock, and you can put it in.
Sure.
In Naples, it's based on how much frontage you own. You can put that dock any way you want. Wyndham has no codes at all. You can make a dock as much as you want. We have a dock down there off Waits Bridge Road. I think it's like 30 by 40. It's like a helicopter pad.
Wow.
And it's awesome. But there's no codes as long as it comes out.
Yeah.
But then there are some that are very strict. And we try to, most of the towns we work with a lot we know. But if not, we try to let the customer know what the code is. And then it's up to the customer. If they want to have something different, we'll sell it. We just always, as a professional company, want to let them know. If we know, hey, you can't do that, and then we sell it and they come back, doesn't look good. So we always let them know. And then, hey, if they want to write the check for it, and that's up to them. It could be reconfigured if the code enforcement came down. But it's always good to know what it is, and then it's up to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't need a permit for a dock that is removed every year, correct?
You do. Yeah, it's a temporary seasonal permit.
You do need a permit.
Yeah, and for moorings. Moorings you have to have a permit for. Yeah, every town's different, but like in Sebago, I think
Busted.
Yeah.
Erase this footage. Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, every town's different, but usually there's no such thing as a lot of people throw it, it's grandfather. Don't ask the code enforcement
Is
officer.
it a
but
fee,
usually,
a yearly fee?
It's usually a yearly fee. Sometimes it's one time, but like the moorings, I know, and sometimes you have to pay that fee every year.
Moorings I knew about, but a dock I never knew.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get it, and the code enforcement will look at it. Once it's put in, they'll come out and measure and look and make sure you did it properly. So it's best to make sure if, especially a lot of people, they tell me they're adding on or doing something to the house and they're going to have to go to.
Yeah, the old add-on.
We might want to make sure we do the dock correctly, because if you're saying they're going to be there all the time, let's make sure we do it correctly. And then afterwards, I didn't see anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Cover your bases.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeez, good questions.
Permits.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Permits.
Every state's different too. So.
Yeah. Wow. Things we learn on this program. Things we learn we've been doing
Better
wrong all
late
this
than
time.
never.
Good job, Fletch.
Thank you. Karen Galligan Stroll asked, what is the best dock design for easy parking for a pontoon boat? U-shaped, L-shaped, or straight?
For a pontoon boat, you could do a multiple, but many times the harbor design or the U-shaped dock for a pontoon boat is great, because you can get in, you've got access to both sides, it's fully protected. It works really well for pontoon boats, and many people do that.
I know my mom takes full advantage of it, bouncing off each side, square every time.
As long as you have the bumpers.
You're good, yeah.
Now-
Make sure you have bumpers. Yeah,
Now you
for
call it the
sure.
harbor design?
Yeah, it's called a harbor design, so you can drive it in. But the U-shaped, it's a great design. It protects the boat, even in rough waters. It's fully protected right there. You can tie it up from the front and both sides, so it's not hitting. Works out well. Yeah. Not the cheapest design.
No.
Sure.
But it's the best.
Because when you think about a dock, though, which a lot of people don't, you got to think about the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You got to think about the wind, which direction it's coming in, and how you're going to take your approach. And a lot of times, you're very limited by factors that are there.
You are, yeah. When Sam goes out, he's been doing this a long time, so he knows the way the wind's coming, and when he'll make suggestions. Somebody will say, "Well, I put the boat here." Well, you probably shouldn't. That prevailing wind, or if you've got a fetch coming across, you got to make sure, because many times boats are very expensive these days.
Yeah.
And, you don't want to have issues or getting the coat fixed all the time. So it's important to make sure it's done correctly and tied up correctly to a solid dock.
And do you sell built-in bumpers as well? Is that
We've got bumpers that go over the poles, and then we have some that snap into the Duralite.
Oh, okay.
And the bumpers are just for impact, just like a car. Bumpers just for impact. You want to have the plush fenders
Right,
from
right,
the boat,
right.
which is a lot of people don't know that. So I'll have people come back and they'll have that boat rubbing up against the bumper all year, and they'll come in and say, "Well, it's broken. What happened? It hurt my boat." Well, it's because it's a fixed point. You want to have that soft plush that's going to move with the boat. It's very good to protect it like that. Boats are very expensive. That hurricane we had, or the tropical storm there. A lot of boats all over Sebago. Lots of damage there. So, yeah.
That's rough.
Joanna Elgett Holm asked, what is the latest in the season that you should take a dock made by you out of the water?
That's a good question. This year we have a lot of people who are staying later because of the virus, and many of the installs, they will charge more to take it out later because it's cold. But you want to have it out before ice. November is what a lot of people are saying this year. Some people push it. Some people that take it in themselves, they're there every day. But you really want to get it out before ice starts to freeze. Some people have waited too long, and then it's frozen. And then
we might have a story about that.
Yeah,
it's not a good time when you're out there with a hammer or a jackhammer trying to get the dock
chiseling it out.
Yeah. That's
up to your belly button in ice cold water.
So that one's a little too long once you get to that point.
Yes,
that's a good point though. People are gonna, people came up to the camps early.
Yeah, and they're gonna stay later. Yeah.
Around here, we were talking to the trash people, like Riverside we use, and they said a lot of these camp roads are really plowed, but people were walking in, when the virus hit, going to their camps.
Yeah.
And then they were walking the trash up to as far as the truck could get, and then the animals are getting into it. So it's been a weird, a lot of weird things happening you don't really think about.
Yeah, it has. It's been a very weird year for sure. Yeah.
We're making it though.
Yes, everybody's doing well. Thank goodness.
Yeah, and we're enjoying the water and being able to get out on it and sit out and enjoy it thanks to Great Northern Docks.
Yeah. Yes.
We love working with you guys. We appreciate it, and
we love working with you guys. It's been a fun adventure. We're looking forward to more.
Yeah, we've got a few more coming up, so we'll
Yeah, check out Great Northern Docks website, and if you're in Bridgeton, go say hi and
Naples.
Peek in the plexiglass, see what's going on back there.
Yeah, come on in.
Excellent. Thanks, Jeff.
All right,
thank you, Jeff.
guys.
Docks, and more docks.
Yeah, that was very informative again.
Yep.
The permit thing's got me a little freaked out. Did you ever know?
No.
I never knew that.
I knew some towns,
I thought like it was a permanent structure, but not.
Again, it just proves, check with your town first because every town in Maine is different. There are state guidelines, rules, and laws, but each town interprets them differently.
5 years into this, and we still learning stuff that we should have known.
Should we have known? I don't know.
Add that to that class in high school where like they teach you stuff you should know about and you have no clue about.
Yep.
Dogs, taxes, permits,
adulting.
Ugh.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, Fletch.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions lined up for us?
Yes, I do. Greg Sangermo asked, in the old intro, why does it sound like Chase is asking a question when he says Ryan is the voice of reason? Does he not believe it?
What's this guy's name? Greg?
What was it? Ryan is the voice of reason?
Greg. Oh, Ryan is the voice of reason, question mark. No, he's not questioning that. He knows. I think he's regretting that he said it.
I remember where I said it.
You really said it. I didn't think you did. I thut the production company just made that up.
No, I definitely said it. We were sitting down. I was sitting down at the
bar.
No. What was the camp? The Escargot camp.
Oh, yeah.
Doing an interview, and we were doing these little sound bites. And they were just throwing out stuff that I had to say. They're like, well, say this about Ryan. Say this about Ryan. Say this about Ryan. And I think they were like, say Ryan is your voice of reason. I'm like, Ryan's my voice of reason? Like asking them if that's what I had to say.
Oh, I did.
And of course, that's the one they use.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm not questioning it. They just, for some reason, chose to use the one that sounded like it was a question.
Myself, all my friends, family, acquaintance, everyone knows me, always laughs every time they see that. So thank you. Joke's on us. Joke's on Chase.
Next question. Adam Kolowitz asked, guys, you have a great flag. Why that design by your team? Ashley is there and story history behind it. And where can we get one? And it doesn't appear website under merchandise shop.
All these questions are hard hitting today.
I know.
Wow, that's a great question.
Maggie's putting the questions where she's not here.
That brings up a great topic. Where do you want to start? Start on the design.
The design was something.
He's getting hot. That's a hot seat over there.
It is. Design for the flag was something that I kind of came up with my kids. And then we had Morgan Burtwell, who was our graphic artist, finish it off.
And it came out awesome.
Came out awesome, and we've been flying it at most camps. Just about every camp, once we got, we'll have a flag up.
We did last year.
Not
Not as much this year. The flags took off.
I know. I've got to order some more, and
And the reason the flags took off, because they're limited edition.
they're limited edition.
So the other thing is that Chase didn't tell you is that he refused to. Everyone wants it and wants to buy the T-shirt, buy the flag, and Chase said no. Right, Fletch?
But
Sure.
I'm working on it.
But but there's been everyone wants one,
I know, and we'll get there. We'll get to that point. I promise.
and it's just so cool. Like everyone wants to see that. That would be at camps all across the country.
I know.
Maybe make it a pirate ship. But I offered to. I said I would tattoo
that's
on my body if he sells that to the general public.
That is still available. That's still
All right, we will bring. I will do it right on here if we want to.
yeah.
We'll do it right during the podcast. Christmas is coming up. You should probably offer those.
I know. Yeah, and that brings up a good point too, though. That as far as answering questions and all that stuff, we are so busy right now. This is our prime build season that we try and do a lot of stuff, but winter is really our time to kind of step back and do that type of stuff. So
I didn't really look at my emails this time. I didn't have time.
yeah,
to.
bear with us. We really are in the middle of building season. It's cranking. We know cold weather's coming, so we've got to get a lot of stuff done quickly.
From about 4th of July to Christmas, it's like go. From like Christmas on, like in the spring, like we're on our computers, we're all like up to date on our emails, answering emails, checking out stuff. And then once you have all the cabins locked in and the weather's getting bad, you're just like eye on the prize. Let's get this done.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, we have all the cabins picked out. We've got a plan for all of them. So now it's just making sure everything is moving forward, and we know hunting season's coming up, so
we lose a couple guys.
It's going to start getting darker sooner. Who knows when winter, when it's really cold really is going to set in, so
the fun's over. Really. Think about it. June, July, August, and half of September, like, living's good. You work 40, 50 hours a week, and it's still sunny out. You got all this energy. The weather's nice. And then the days start getting shorter, and then there starts being holidays, and kids have events, and, like, all your free time's gone.
Yep.
And you struggle to get 35, 40 hours in the week, and then it's wet out.
Yep. And we on top of that, we have the pressure of getting the shows going, because I think the episodes are going to start airing soon, so...
Maine is a vicious cycle.
Yes. That's why,
But then the spring comes, and it just goes in circles.
It washes it all away.
Let's hope.
Yes.
Greg Sugamaru asks, and how come you guys speak on how great Maggie's doing and make her squirm?
What?
These questions are great. Great. Oh, Gray has two great. And can you guys speak on how great of a job Maggie is doing? Make her squirm. Maggie is doing a great job. She keeps us in line.
Yes.
She's kind of got her own following.
Yes, Maggie's doing an excellent job. She's balancing it well with school going on now.
She's just her sense of humor and her demeanor is just perfect for us.
Yep. I'd say she'd listen to this and start squirming, but we know she's not going to listen to this episode.
No matter what, we can give her so much crap and try to get her going.
Yes.
She just doesn't bother her.
Yep.
Or we'll be dying laughing about something and she'll be stone faced like,
yes.
You guys aren't that funny.
Yes. Try living with her.
I'm like, Maggie, you're a producer on a hit podcast, and you're only 14. You're gonna be going places in this world. She doesn't believe what I say.
She was all upset today. She got home from school, and her advisor, what did she ask? Oh, she was all mad because her advisor was asking her questions about Maine Cabin Masters, about the ponies. She's like, Maggie, do you really have ponies from the... And she was so upset.
She can't get away from us.
She can't. But secretly, she loves it.
She does. She's very good at what she does.
Yes, she's excellent at what she does, and I don't think...
I don't think she has to worry about Fletcher taking a job yet.
Not yet.
But you're doing a heck of a job.
But hopefully when she's ready to go off to college, you can kind of fill in her shoes there.
Cheryl.
Yeah. Run to the family.
Cheryl Alternate. Do you leave your names, autographs, business cards, date magnets, pictures hidden in the walls somewhere to figure out generations will know you did the renovations?
That's a great question.
Do you?
Sometimes Jedi's always doodling good fun stuff.
Yep.
And I will sometimes be like, oh yeah, I'll put like Maine Cabin Masters, the year it was, what season it was.
Yeah. I've left money sometimes.
You left money?
Uh-huh. I'll sneak a $20 bill into a wall or something like that.
No, you do?
Uh-huh.
Why?
He must be rich. I'm following him around the job site.
Just because, I mean, think how excited you'd be if you tore apart a wall and you find a $20 bill.
True.
Like when you're turning down the Buccaneer and they found the silver dollars.
Yes, well, yeah, exactly. That was, when we were doing the bullpen, we found the silver dollars. I'll sign stuff.
I was happy with the old Dirty Magazine. Give me a 22.
Newspapers. But I also, I have a brand that we used to do it. We used to brand the camps as well.
Yeah.
Again, that kind of fell by the wayside, I think, just because.
So busy.
So busy. But, yeah, I'd heat it up and just put a brand on every camp. And then my truck has a few brands on it.
I really enjoy the newspapers. It's so fun to see the price of stuff. Because we find this year we found 1927. We found 30s.
Yeah, the newspapers are fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, where were we at? We found a newspaper that had someone's family in it. Was that last?
I don't remember.
Someone's aunt or uncle was in the newspaper. It was like up in Farmington area, I think.
Yeah, I want to say Janet Dora Mills camp.
Maybe it was Dora Mills.
Because there were a lot of newspapers under that one.
But yeah, finding stuff treasures is great. Like that, the door sill we found out on Cuba Island was amazing.
Yep.
The carpenters put that in 100 years ago.
Yep.
But we're always doing stuff. I'm usually putting like a Steal Your Face or Jerry Rules or Jerry Lives.
Yeah, and if we don't do that, we always give the camp owner a photo or a keychain, something. I mean, they get the camp, but also something to commemorate it, which is great.
Maybe time capsules would be kind of fun.
We should. Yeah, and again, it's all a work in progress. We're kind of evolving with this whole thing as well. So,
but really, you're going so fast and busy to have it's all about work. Like we have fun, but you don't think, I could do this cool.
Yeah,
we're boring him already.
Yeah. All right. We get it. That's it for questions. One thing we are going to start doing, I forgot it today, was the So You Think You Know Maine trivia. But I'm going to bring in the cards, and we'll start doing trivia every week for free
cool.
From the Woodshed T-shirt. So this week I just came up with a trivia question. Don't answer it, Fletcher. I know you know it. This week's trivia question, if you know it, how should we do it? Leave it on the YouTube page. Leave a comment of the answer on the YouTube page,
yep.
And Maggie will randomly pick a winner.
Yeah, so when this is airing next Monday and we're all comment on that. I'll bring it up when I'm watching it.
Yes. So the question is, what is the name of the goddess statue on top of the Maine State Capitol building? Do you know it, Fletcher? Don't answer it.
I kind of do.
Yeah. So if you do know it, answer it, and we'll pick a winner and get your address and T-shirt size, and we'll send you a new From the Woodshed T-shirt.
Another cool thing we started is in the Woodshed now we have a map up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you come in, put a tack on where you're visiting from.
Yep.
And then Cole was going to put up a map of where we're working. But we decided that was a bad idea because nothing would get done. We're the Cabin Masters.
We should do a map of where we worked.
General vicinity.
We had that one in our office for a while. Each season was a different color, just to kind of show everybody where we've been.
I met some ladies the other day. They came in. They've been kayaking. They're like, "Yeah, we find out. We kind of get clues online. So then we try to kayak around and see where you guys are working, or find the camps that you guys worked on. Because we don't get the physical address. You want to give the homeowner some privacy." But, you know, if two ladies in a kayak aren't bothering anyone, but they said they vote 50-50, but there's some they cannot find.
Nice.
And even I can't tell you, but just keep trying.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
Cool. All right. Nice job, Fletcher.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to have you come back.
Thank you. I think you've earned yourself some poutine.
He loves the poutine.
Loves the poutine.
Your dad passed down poutine the other day because you weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poutine's from KG's food truck. The food's been cranking out of there. It's been going really well.
Yeah, really good music last night.
Oh, I heard a lot of people loved him.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, so we'll probably have him back. Right now, we're still doing music on most Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday afternoon. Depending on the weather, we might go a little bit earlier, but right now it's 5 to 7.
Yeah, and
4 to 6.
Dress weather appropriate if you're going to stop by. It's still mostly outside. We've got some heaters. We're going to work on tents.
We're going to take it as far as we can.
Absolutely.
Don't give up on
If
summer.
we're working outside in the middle of winter, you can be drinking outside in the middle of winter.
That is very true.
Yeah, and again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. You can find us at KennebeckCabinCompany.com, our YouTube page. Keep the comments coming, questions. We love it. Thank you. And we want to thank our sponsors. Thank you, Nelma. Thank you, Hero Media Arts. You can find out more about Nelma at nelma.org, easternwhitepine.org, and sprucepinefir.org. And HeroMediaArts.com.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah.
And check us out.
Thanks, Fletcher.
Thanks, buddy. That's a good job.
From the Woodshed, we'll be talking to you.